Hello children, this is our science class for 8th standard. Lesson number 9 is going on, disaster management we all are discussing. In earlier class we have discussed earthquake, its causes as well as the effects of earthquake. Today we are going to discuss fire and landslide in little detail. Okay, so second type of disaster that we are going to discuss today, that is fire. Fire is a natural calamity or it could be a man-made also. Sometimes due to lightning and other reasons, it could be natural or man-made. Most of the time it is because man has created many such chemicals that create fire, and sometimes it could be disastrous. It could engulf much of the material that can catch fire easily, like cotton or hay, isn't it? So, what are all the different types of fire that we are going to discuss now? Actually, fire can be categorized into 5 different types: A, B, C, D, and E. The first type of fire, that is class A type of fire, is caused due to solid substances. Commonly flammable material are their fuel source here. Example, you can take wood, clothes, coal, paper, etc. This fire can be put out with the help of water. We can spray water over it and the fire can be put out. The second type is a B, class B type of fire. It is caused due to liquid substances. Fire caused due to flammable liquid substances like petrol, oil, varnish, solvents, cooking oil, and paints, different variety of paints, etc. All these substances are lighter than water. Therefore, fire extinguisher can be used to extinguish this fire. Water will not be useful there because as they are lighter than water, when we spray water, water will be going down and this substance will be floating over water and they will keep on burning. The fire will not be extinguished. Okay. The third type of fire, that is class C, is caused due to gaseous substance. Fire caused due to acetylene, household gas that we all have in our homes, LPG cylinders. All these are very dangerous, and this type of fire can be caused due to gases in homes also. The fourth type of fire is class D fire. That is your class D fire is caused due to certain chemical substances. Chemicals could be flammable chemicals such as combustible metals like potassium, sodium, calcium will burn, which react with water at normal room temperature. Then magnesium, aluminium, zinc react with water at high temperatures. During summer and all it can happen. And when both these groups combine with water, it will create an explosion. So this group D type is very dangerous. It is caused due to certain chemicals. Mostly it could be man-made. The last type, that is class E type of fire, is caused due to electrical appliances in our homes and other substances. Here, a fire caused due to electrical components, that is class E type of fire. To extinguish such fire, power is needed to be cut off. The electric supply need to be cut off. Otherwise, we cannot extinguish this fire with the help of water. And non-conductive fire extinguisher like carbon dioxide can be used. Carbon dioxide is heavier than our normal air in the atmosphere. So it will make a blanket-like covering over the place where the fire has been erupted because of electrical appliance or electric current, and then when the supply of oxygen stops, it will be put out. So any type of fire it could be very dangerous. Then what all methods can be used to extinguish them? This is very necessary for us to learn because we can apply it in our life if accidental case of fire occurs with us, isn't it? So three main methods are expressed in the book to stop the spread of fire. First one is by cooling down. We use water to reduce the temperature of the burning substance, and once it becomes cool, obviously the fire will stop here. And if you spray water on the fire, around the fire, it creates a cooling effect and therefore the fire will be under control. Second one is suppress the fire. To control the fire which is caused due to electricity or oil, sand or soil can be used. Here you see we can just put sand or soil over it, and what will happen? Oxygen supply will stop, which is helping in combustion. If we spread a froth like substance on the fire, it cuts off the contact between air and the fire, and in air we have oxygen that helps in burning. This method is more useful to extinguish fire spread due to oil mostly. Okay. Then keeping away flammable substances is a precautionary measure that we can do. In this method, all flammable substances are kept away from the fire. Okay. Like any wooden article or flammable substance must be kept away so that no source is left for the fire to spread. Now, stir up pump in the best device to put out small fires. It sprays water in all directions around the fire and the temperature will go down and obviously fire will be put out. Another precautions and safety measures can also be taken to avoid accidents due to fire, such as we can develop the habit of switching off the gas cylinder when not in use, especially at night. We can switch off the electrical appliances when you are going out of the house, like electric appliances like mixer grinder or fans and all going on in homes, that we should put out before going out. If we are going for a longer duration of time, say 8 days, then you can just switch off the main switch of the electric current supply so that fire due to electric appliances will be outright cut out. Okay. Then to make other alert and call them for help, we can shout loudly if there is fire. We can call for a fire brigade. We have that number in our telephone numbers nowadays. Naturally, fire brigade can be called for that. 101 is the number, I think. And provide information how to use fire extinguisher. That is already done in every school. In our school also, people come and tell you how to use a fire extinguisher, how to pull up the knob, and how to spray. In our ground, we have done it many times, if you remember. So these are certain types of fires and methods to extinguish them, as well as we have seen certain precautionary and safety measures also. The first aid that we can do in case of fire burnt patient, what we can do is we can make the patient sit or sleep in a comfortable position and immediately call the doctor or carry the patient to the doctor if possible. Okay. Next type of disaster that we are going to study today is landslide or rift collapse. Landslides are mostly occurring in the hilly regions. Many times it is occurring there, and rift collapsing also taking place between the mountainous region. One example, in 2014, recently in 2014, Malin Mishap happened in Pune district. This was a kind of landslide, and it occurred actually early in the morning when the people were sleeping in that village. And what happened? In sleep itself, they got buried under this mud, and many people, more than 100 people, lost their lives in this incident, in this accident. Okay, so the effects were very critical. In sleep itself, those people lost their lives. In Malin mishap, about that information you can get more information from internet also. On Google it is available if you want to search. Now, what is the landslide that we need to understand clearly? Natural cracks and fissure present in rocks cause their breaking. Are you getting? Natural cracks and fissures present in the hard rocks. Huge rocks are there, and some cuts and fissures in between them are available. Especially at time of heavy rain, water entering these cracks causes withering of these rocks. In Malin mishap in Pune also, heavy rainfall was the cause of that mishap. Okay, weight increases when water enters there in these rifts. These rocks slide on the slopy region and settle at the lower side. This is called as the collapse of rift. Okay, anytime this can happen due to natural raining, heavy raining. Okay, then other causes of landslide are after effects of natural disasters like earthquake, tsunami, heavy rain, storm, flood will result into a landslide. So we have to be very careful even if we are going there to take out the victims and try to help them. Anytime landslide also can occur. Untimely cutting of trees causes soil erosion. You know, roots are necessary to hold the soil at their position. Otherwise, what happens? Along with heavy rain and flooding, this soil erosion is taking place, and that can also result into landslides. While building roads in mountains, there is a lot of digging that makes the mountain weak. This can also one more be reason or cause for a landslide. Now, the effects of landslide, we shall go through one time. Rivers get flooded and change their paths because of landslides. Then displacement of waterfalls, formation of artificial water reservoirs can occur. There is life and financial loss on a large scale because of landslide, as trees, buildings, rocks on a slopy area collapse on low-lying land. Okay. Landslide can affect the traffic in places near the hilly regions. Traffic towards the border areas, even the military gets stuck because of landslide. They have to clear the area and then only they can move to the border, China border or Pakistan border, if you all have visited or seen on television. So landslide could be a big obstacle in the traffic also. Landslide destroy plant life on it. Whatever plants are growing there, that can get buried under them. Even the coal formation, you all must have studied in your earlier class. How is a coal formed? During landslide or certain natural disaster, what happened? These trees and forests get buried under the soil for lots of years, and after that we are digging it out in the form of coal and utilizing it in our lives, in industries, to create heat. Okay, heat energy. So these are certain effects of the landslide. Now, disaster relief planning is very important. Disaster relief planning is, disaster is not in the hands of man. but relief planning is necessary. Why? Because anytime, anywhere disaster occurs, certain people in our country like NDRF and all are trained in going to such places of disaster and trying to help the people who are stuck over there and trying to save the lives and property from that area. Okay, recently in Kolhapur also when there was a flood, NDRF people went over there to collect the people from their homes and save their lives. Okay, so different point-wise chart is given how planning can be done in case of disaster. We can relieve the people from such area. So primary information should be given of the school, name and address of the school should be noted down, name and residential address of the headmaster with contact number, name and contact numbers of school management members, total number of the staff, everything should be noted already so that whenever these disaster relief people will be coming, how and where to find such people and what all things they can do for them should be done. School disaster management committee can be made in every school. Fire extinguishers are put up in every school. Awareness is created among the students. Instructions can be given to all the people working in that building. Then traffic management and safety can be achieved. A communication committee should also be alert. 2 to 3 member subcommittee can also be made. Then detailed information about school building should be available. There should be a fire exit and fire protection. For that purpose, all the building should be constructed that way. Total number of rooms, number of classrooms, classes, types of roofs, age of the building, and building year of that building can also be noted down. Then the information about school ground should also be given. Types of playgrounds like prayer space, kho, kabaddi and other grounds which are specifically made for the games, and distance of the ground from the main road already should be noted. Then daily routine of the school, how it is, when the time of the starting, ending, and daily activities, whatever going on in the school should be noted down carefully. And possible hazards in the school during any type of disaster can be predicted. Name and type of the danger that can occur in that area. Then destruction in the past and current planning can be done. The disaster management map of the school should be ready well beforehand. The map must have following contents: all the buildings of the school, their structure, ground entrances, place of probable dangers in the school, and where to protect the children, safe places at the time of disaster, the nearest road they can be carried to. This map must be put at the entrance of the school. Near our hospitals also, such type of maps are put down during any type of calamity, they can be covered. And mock drill is the most important thing that can be done. Mock drill in school is very necessary. Every month, a mock drill, a false drill must be conducted in the school. It should include possible hazards and the measures that can be taken so that the students, the teachers, and all the members of the school will be alert and they knew what they have to do during the disaster time. The date, time, number of students, and shortfalls must be noted beforehand itself. This type of planning can be done for residential buildings, hospitals, banks, every place of public use where people gather for certain work. Okay. So these are certain types of disasters that we have discussed. In the next class, we are going to discuss the question answers based on this chapter. Okay. So thank you all of you. Bye for the day.